Hi students, the subject name is EE8005 Special Electrical Machines. Today we will learn the basic concepts of synchronous reluctance motor. In each and every electric motor is a machine which converts electrical energy into the form of mechanical energy. Okay, next we will discuss the basic concepts of synchronous reluctance motor. In a synchronous reluctance motor is a true AC motor and also developed to provide an efficient constant speed machines. That means it is widely used for many constant speed applications such as recording instrument, timing devices and control apparatus. In this machine have no brushes and slipper rings etc. And also its principle is almost similar to salient pole synchronous motor. And next topic is construction of synchronous reluctance motor. The other name of synchronous reluctance motor is SYRM or SYNREL motor. And already last unit we are discussed permanent magnet synchronous motor. In this motor operate as a synchronous reluctance motor if the magnets are left out or demagnetized. That means the synchronous reluctance motors do not have any field windings or permanent magnet on the each and every rotor, and the rotor has salient poles but the stator has smooth and distributed poles. In this synchronous reluctance motor, the rotor has a salient pole but in the stator has smooth and distributed poles. In this motor, cost wise very low but have a high efficiency. That means ideally no rotor losses. So the synchronous reluctance motors are high efficiency motor. Next one is construction. In each and every motor consists of two main parts, stator and rotor. First we will discuss stator. The stator of the synchronous reluctance motor has smooth and distributed poles. So it has a laminated iron core with open or semi-closed uniformly distributed slots. And the slots are classified into two types, open or semi-closed uniformly distributed slots. In open slots may be used to house multi-phase concentrated coils per phase. These are the open slot. And next one is semi-closed slot. Semi-closed slot means is a multiple slots which are placed at an even pitch angle. In open slot structure of coils may be used either for low power or 2 or 3 phase motors for higher torques. In open slot structure, because of the presence of air gap field and considerable harmonics are present and significant torque pulsations occur which may not tolerable in some drive application. So in this synchronous reluctance motor we have used semi-closed slots. It is to improve the performance. And next one is next important parts is rotor. And the rotor of synchronous reluctance motor needs salient poles to create the variable reluctance path in the motor's magnetic circuits, which depends upon the angular position of the rotor. And also the rotor consists of pairs of slots. The slots may be at outer or inner side. The outer side slots are formed at an outer periphery and inner side slots are formed at inside of the rotor periphery. And the distance between the outer periphery of the rotor and the outside slot is determined to be the width of the magnetic pole portion of the stator in terms of multiplied by 0.7 to 1.3. Next one is to construct a rotor, a technique known as explosive bonding techniques. That means there are many types of bonding techniques also are available, such as brazing, roll bonding or diffusion bonding, and next one is explosion bonding. In this synchronous reluctance motor, to construct the rotor, a technique known as explosion bonding technique. This explosion bonding technique uses a explosive energy to force two or more metal sheets together at high pressures, and the high pressures causes several atomic layers on the surface of each sheet to behave as a fluid. This is the construction diagram of synchronous reluctance motor. Already I told the rotor does not have any field windings. This is the diagram of synchronous reluctance motor. In this diagram, known as idealized three-phase four-pole synchronous machine, that means it's a salient pole. Next diagram is cross section of synchronous reluctance motor. In this diagram, three-phase stationary reference frames are AS, BS and CS. These are the three-phase stationary reference diagram. Variables, and in these variables are transformed into two-phase stationary reference frame, that means DS and QS. That means it's a direct axis. D is nothing but direct axis, Q is nothing but quadrature axis, and that means the two-phase stationary reference frame variables are DS and QS, and then the three-phase and the stationary frames are transforming these two synchronously rotating reference frame. That means the rotating reference frame is like DE and QE. And next one is the DC field current is supplied to the rotor from a static rectifier. Rectifier means is converts AC supply into DC through via slip rings and brushes. And next one is, let first develop the torque equation of salient pole synchronous machine by using the synchronous reluctance machine. And next one is principle of operation. Already we have discussed. In this diagram, DS and QS correspond to the stator direct and quadrature axis, and DR and QR correspond to rotor direct and quadrature axis. In SYNRM, that means is a synchronous reluctance motor, includes a squirrel cage on the rotor to provide a starting torque of line start. And next one is three-phase AC supply is given to the stator. The rotating magnetic flux will be created on the stator slots, and in between the air gap, the EMF, initially the EMF is induced in the damper winding. Damper winding is nothing but it controls the oscillations, and the motor starts like as an induction machine. EMF is induced, the torque and forces also develop and approaches a synchronous speed. The reluctance torque takes over and the motor locks into the synchronous speed. And these are the working principle of SYNRM motor. And next one is mathematical model of synchronous reluctance motor. In this diagram, D is a direct axis and Q is nothing but is a quadrature axis. In this it's an important point. In synchronous reluctance motor, the excitation winding does not exist, so we have derived the equation. The basic form of dq equations for a synchronous reluctance machine can be obtained from Park's equation. In this equation, IDS is nothing but DE component of the stator current, IQS is nothing but QE component of the stator current. Means IS nothing but stator current, VS is nothing but phase voltage, and del is nothing but torque angle. Torque angle is in this diagram. In this phasor diagram, del is nothing but is a torque angle. In general, it is the angle between Vs and Vf. Vf is nothing but is the same axis of Q axis in the synchronous machine. And also theta is nothing but is a stator power factor angle. Vf is nothing but the excitation or speed EMF. The Vf is same line placed in between the Q axis. We can write the equation VQS is equal to, from the phasor diagram, VQS is equal to V vector S. That means Vs is nothing but is a stator voltage into cos del. Del is nothing but torque angle. And next one is VDS is equal to minus Vs factor into sin del. Minus denotes is a opposite sign. And next one is we have write the equation of variable in synchronous reluctance motor. IDS is equal to VQS divided by WE into LDS. In this term, LDS is nothing but inductance. L is nothing but inductance. DS is nothing but is a direct axis inductance. That means IQS is equal to minus VDS divided by WE into LQS. In this equation derived from fifth equation, and also neglecting the stator resistance. Stator resistance means RS is removed, and we get the answer. IDS is equal to VQS divided by WE into LDS. IQS is equal to minus VDS divided by WE into LQS. And next one is phasor equation of synchronous reluctance machine. In this equation, we have multiplying the first line of VDS by minus J and adding the second line VQS. We get the equation 7 and 8. The final in phasor notation, Vs vector is equal to Rs into Is vector plus J into X into Ds into Ids vector plus J into XQS into IQS vector. Already I told Rs is nothing but is a stator resistance. And next one is torque expression for constant volt per hertz and constant current operation. We get the equations 11. Except the frequencies nearer to 0 and in all frequencies, so neglecting the stator resistance Rs. So finally we get the answer of torque T is equal to minus 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LDS minus LQS divided by LDS into LQS into VDS divided by omega E, VQS divided by omega E. In this VDS and VQS obtained from the phasor diagram, we get final value T is equal to the torque equation. T is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2, 1 divided by LQS minus 1 divided by LDS into Vs divided by omega E the whole square, sin into 2 del divided by 2.